What's there to work out? It's very simple. I repeat, we have contacts through various agencies. I will tell you what we are saying on this matter and what we are conveying to the US leadership. If you really want to stop fighting, you need to stop supplying weapons. It will be over within a few weeks. That's it. And then we can agree on some terms. Before you do that, stop. What's easier? Why would I call him? What should I talk to him about? Or beg him for what?
And what messages do you get back?
You're going to deliver such and such weapons to Ukraine? Oh, I'm afraid, please don't. What is there to talk about?
Giorgi Revishvili is the former senior advisor at the Office of the National Security Council of Georgia. He joins us now live from Carlson Station in Texas. Giorgi, good to have you on the show. No matter which way you look at it, this was an important, very important interview, I think. I mean, a lot of our colleagues were up at 2 o'clock in the morning here trying to watch what President Putin was saying and what Tucker Carlson was asking. What did you make of the interview?
First of all, thanks for having me. It's always good to be back on TRT World. There's been nothing new in Putin's interview. It's been more like a 2-hour history lesson, and President Putin is spreading the old perennial Russian propaganda narratives about how Russia has been a victim of the West, how he was betrayed and tricked and lied by the West, and how he's forced to invade his neighboring countries. And Russians and Ukrainians are the same people, and Russia is merely collecting its historical lands. And there has been a coup organized by CIA in Kyiv, and we've seen this many years now. It's not new. Russian propaganda machine and their information, hostile information campaigns have always been spreading these propaganda narratives around the world, amplifying by their trolls and bots that are being managed in St. Petersburg. So nothing new. Delusional man who is talking about things and proposing his view of the world, which is highly distorted from the reality.
Giorgi, did you expect a little bit more? What's your opinion in terms of Tucker Carlson's performance? Because, you have Vladimir Putin pushing out what you say is the Russian propaganda machine narrative. There's a lot of people out there, or outlets, especially where you are, the liberal progressive media, CNN, MSNBC, they're all criticizing Tucker Carlson, as you would expect, in terms of, why didn't he ask Putin about alleged war crimes that he's committing in Ukraine, or the Alexei Navalny issue? I mean, did you expect Tucker Carlson to get into that, or was it really a softball interview like some outlets are calling it?
Yeah, I would assume it has been a softball interview. A lot of media representatives over the years, since the start of the full-scale invasion, requested interviews, requested questions to Mr. Putin and to the Kremlin, and they remained unanswered because Putin fears to and is afraid of critical questions from objective journalists, and it's been Tucker Carlson basically enabled Putin, gave him a 2-hour interview to spread and amplify his again propaganda narratives, and I think he didn't challenge, and he's been lectured basically lectured on the history that is Putin believed is right, which is obviously not true. So nobody expected that Tucker Carlson would be hard on Putin and will challenge him a lot. So, nobody. It was expected that it will be softball interview for Putin, and it will be easy on him.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit and actually talk about why this interview was given in the first place. Obviously, we're approaching the second anniversary of this war between Russia and Ukraine. When you look at some of the recent developments, we've seen the Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky, replacing his top army general earlier on Thursday. I think it's fair to say this amounts to a major shakeup in the country's sort of war strategy. What do you make of it, and do you think it's going to make any difference?
You're absolutely right. It's been a major reshuffle in the Ukrainian military. I mean, there has been an information about political rift between Zelensky and General Zaluzhny. But one thing is absolutely clear, that Zelensky is not satisfied with the current state of war and the proposed plan. And I think that that's one of the key reasons why he decided to reset the whole defense system. So he laid out 8-point plan, if you will. And according to the new plan, he expects that there's going to be an actionable and meaningful strategy for 2024. And key elements will be optimizing resources, improving logistics and supply chains. One of the key issues is rotation, because some of the troops have been fighting without rotation for 2 years, and it's draining, and it's highly draining, and it's really, really difficult to continue war effort without proper rotation. And lastly, it's training. So if you want to mobilize and freshly mobilize and send youngsters to the front lines, you have to be able to have a capacity to properly train these people. So these are the pressing issues that needs to be addressed. So General Syrskyi has a tremendously difficult task ahead to swiftly implement reforms aligning with this 8-point plan laid out by President Zelensky. So we will see in the future how these plan will be implemented, and what progress will Ukraine see on the battlefield in 2024 and beyond 2024.
Okay, great stuff. Giorgi Revishvili, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. I do appreciate it.